Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. In this locked down, censored, crazy, bizarre world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. We're going to do an update on Songtember today on my Metheist World Divided EP. Okie dokie, let's get into it today, folks, because we've got a bit to go through, so I'm not going to be looking at any other apps or anything like that. We're just going to jump straight in. I hope everyone is doing well. Gary Hubs is on hold, hating the wait music. Oh man, I feel your pain. I had to do that yesterday and it sucked. Russ, Triple A9 is here. Tom Rochelle, Langston Reese. Howdy do. So let's get straight into it today. And I want to thank everybody who enjoyed yesterday's vocal video. So I'm probably going to do something else again soon on that relating to vocal lessons, because it was quite popular. I got a lot of emails and stuff, and not only comments on the video and stuff like that. So thank you very much. I hope it helps people. What are we going to do today? Well, I'll go into the joy I had last night with this particular song while we're going through this process. So if you followed the show, and most of you here in the live chat, and if you're watching on the replay, and you've seen my drumming videos on transporting drums from GarageBand into Auria Pro. The last time I did it, I used a method where I used Siri shortcuts to actually pull all the files out in one go, to pull all the audio stems out. This time I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way, just because it's something different, to show you there is an alternative. So we're going to basically, here is the track in GarageBand. So this is it with all the guitars and all the drums separated. We'll go a bit larger screen there. So there it is there. But what I went and did last night, I planned ahead, was here are all the drums and the bass. Just all separated, all ready to go. And as you can see, they're all in the same size block of each part. So we've got a kick, second kick, snare, we have hi-hats, toms, a ride, and 2 crash cymbals. So what we're going to do straight off the bat, we're going to solo the first kick track, and we're going to get straight into it. We're going to get out of the project, click on the file, select the file, and we're going to mix it down as an uncompressed WAV file, and hit open in and let it do its bit. And I'll tell you a story during each one of these. So always pay attention to your bit rates. Let me tell you that. And once this first one is done, I'll show you what I mean by it, because last night I was doing a test run of all this just to make sure everything was still working. G'day Pete, good to see you. Pete John's in the chat as well. Right, so this one's done, and we're going to hit and move it into this lovely program, Audio Share, and there it is there. Now what I do immediately is hold down on the track and rename it. So this is going to be ME Kick 1. Bang, done. So that is that. Now, what I do with all of my drums when I move them across into Auria Pro is, well, I don't do it for all the tracks. I do it for the kicks and the snare and sometimes the hi-hat, depending. I change because, remember, GarageBand saves all these files as stereo tracks. So I want my kick, snare, and sometimes hi-hat to be mono tracks. Okay, so what I will do right now is click on this track, and up in the top, didn't want to do that. Top right hand corner, you'll see tools here, and I'm going to convert this. Now pay attention, because last night what I did, which is really stupid. Now, and the reason this happened was because I do this show every day and show people things on how to make life easy. In one of the shows, I had clicked on the sample rate of 48K. And because it's so small, I didn't notice it. So when I did these 3 tracks, they were in 48K. And when I opened them in Auria Pro, all the drums weren't matched up. And I couldn't for the life of me, and I shit you not, for 2 fucking hours. Going, what the fuck? Why is this happening? Why are all the drums out of time? The BPM's right. I checked back and forth. I ended up on Auria's forum and then went finally went, oh my God, it's only those 3 drum parts. Damn. And then I went and had a look here and saw that it was on 48. So make sure it's on 44 if you're recording in 44, or 48 if you're on 48. So let's just save it now. Cool. So now I can delete that original file there. Now we're going to head back over to GarageBand and go through this process. Next, so we got the kicks next. So we just solo the next track, get out of the project, and select, bang, share. You get muscle memory doing this shit too. And another thing too, when you're doing this, so there's a reason that I use the Siri shortcuts to pull all the files out straight away in one go, as opposed to doing it this way. If I use the Siri shortcuts from the previous episode, which I'll link up here, up the top if you're watching on the replay, it doesn't go through this compression thing that GarageBand does when you're mixing it down. That's the good thing about it. Okay. Now I'll just rename this track. So what are we? ME Kick 2. So that's done. Now back over to GarageBand. So, I mean, it's a lengthy process. You're going to see, you're seeing it real time. So it's not really that long. It's only as long as what you make it out to be and how painful you want it to be by bitching about it, really. So, I mean, if you get into a rhythm, like I'm trying to, and talk at the same time, opening, good. What was I saying? So, I'll show you too when I go back to the track here. Now that I'm importing all these tracks individually, make sure you have no effects on them. Like, make everything completely flat. No compression, no nothing. Just keep them all completely flat and reset all the levels just to the set level that you get when you start a new track. So this is a snare. So we're renaming ME snare. Now while I'm in here, I'm just going to go and do this because I didn't do it before. Hit Tools, Convert, Save. And now we'll do it for the snare. Tools, Convert, Save. Now I can delete this snare track and this kick 2 track. So the converted ones there. These 3 are my mono tracks all ready to go. And let's get back into this project. So what have we got? A few more left. So now we got hats, hi-hats, do-do-do-do-do-do. And what we're going to do today also is, once I get all these over into the, once I get them all exported, then I will import them over into Auria Pro. Welcome back, Gary. How did you go? Did you get it all sorted? Did you get some call center in the Philippines? How was that? Sorry, need some coffee. Okie doke. So this is the hats. Let's rename. ME hats. Thank you. Back over to GarageBand. And we're now into the toms. No phone, no Guz. Well, that sucks. What are we trying to do? I should scroll up, but I'm doing this. Were you upgrading your phone from your current one to a semi-new one? Odd time to be doing that. Odd time to be doing that because there's an Apple keynote tomorrow. But who knows what they're going to announce? Even though this is interesting. Let's talk about this while we're doing these songs. So Apple got this keynote tomorrow. Everyone's saying there's going to be no iPhone 12. Okay, which I find interesting because, you know, Apple swerve people all the time. ME hats. Oh, what's hats? No, this is Tom's. Oh, that was close. Tom's. So Apple are doing this keynote. It looks like it's all about time because of what they've called it, or what the little catchphrase is. But they've allotted 2 hours for this keynote. I can't really see him talking about the watch for 2 hours, or the iPad Air. Like, they're both I can't really see many new features. But what I can see is, and I'm going to make my prediction right now, they're going to announce a MacBook Air with the new chipset. People think I'm crazy for thinking that. And AirTags for sure. Who knows about the iPhone, you know? There's been years, there's been other years too where they said the supply chain was absolutely rooted and there was not going to be a phone, and there was. And you know what? The thing is, I'm going to live stream it, but I'll be honest, I don't really care. I'm not in the market for anything. I'm just not, I have everything I need for the next few years, I think. So I'm not sweating over it, but I do get excited. I don't care what anyone says. I do like to sit there and watch it, and I like to take the piss out of their really bad, like, Apple don't even do dad jokes. They do such daggy jokes, man. Unless it's Craig Federighi. He's really funny. He's actually funny, that dude. But the rest of them, holy shit. They really have the sense of humour of a wet rag. What are we up to? So we're up to Crash 1 here. ME Crash 1. One more to go, folks. You've made it through this much pain. But as you can see, look, it's not really that much of a hindrance. What are we? So we're only 12 minutes into the show. And we're pretty much done with all these tracks. And we're on the way. Go. Open in. All rocking. Do you know, and speaking of this thing, do you know this when you're exporting a song? Is the open in thing really a bug? Because, I'll be honest, I actually prefer it coming up as an option to open in. I like it. Like, there are other apps too that I use, like Over and stuff, that you have to, especially Pixelmate, is that what it's called? You have to use the option open in to be able to see all of the other options of apps to save things in. So is it really a bug? I'm not so sure about that. I've never actually seen Apple come out and say that it is a bug. So I think it's just, maybe it's a bug to us because we were used to the old way of doing things. Who knows? Who cares? What am I rambling on about? All right, so let's scoot over here, and look, there we are done. So we'll just go back to this project one more time. So as you can see, I don't need help. So the track is in 84 beats per minute. So I just want to refresh my mind on that, and it's in 4/4 signature, so we're all good there. I've left this little bit of space at the start here. I'm not going to take the bass track. I'm going to do the bass track in Auria Pro. So let's shut this down. Let's close out of GarageBand so we've got lots of memory free. Close my mail, Facebook, all this rubbish. We don't need that. We don't actually need that anymore. And let's open Auria Pro and start a new project. Now, I cleared about 50 gigabytes of space on my iPad last night. That was fun. Shifted all over to my external 2 terabyte hard drive. So I've got plenty of room. I should get no issues today. Yeah, God, why did I say that? That's just begging for trouble. So I'm going to start a new project here in Auria. And let's see. I've got a template, so I'm going to use the template. What is it? New song template, I think I use. Or do I use this one? I don't know. We'll use the new song template. And we shall call this... what is the song? World Divided. And hit save. Now this should give me probably 24 tracks. I think this template is. Yes, so we have a large amount of tracks there. Always confronting to look at when it first opens. And there's all these tracks and it's full of nothing. Yay. So what is next? We need to import these tracks. Man, I love my coffee machine. It's the best thing I bought. Out of all the gear I've bought this year, that bloody coffee machine is awesome. And to import these tracks, I'm going to bring up the toolbar down here at the bottom and grab the Files app and just swipe it across to here. so I can jump into Audio Share and see all of my files and drag them across into here. So we'll start with the kicks. What I'll do first is just rename some of these just so we know what's going on. So this will be kicks 2. We'll just call it kick 2. Damn, I should have just started a new project because I've already got all these names down here. Snare, hats, la 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 la. It's a good idea to name your shit so you don't get lost. You know what's going on. Toms. And we've got a ride symbol here. We'll throw that in next. And we've got 2 crash symbols. So with the drums too, what I did do was played the parts on my drum kit. And then I went back and quantized everything. And then I went in and took the cymbal hits and made another track and chose a different drum kit to create 2 different cymbals. So one that's in the slight pan to the slight to the left and one that's to the right, and 2 different crash sounds. So what's Pete written here? Save to files big. Wouldn't be an issue if they just removed the save to files option so it doesn't make those weird ghost files. Yeah, that's true too. So definitely. And I don't like that it creates a second copy of GarageBand transfer folder. That is your opinion. In your opinion. In your opinion. Hey, how's this stuff too? So Satish Robertson has uploaded his stuff to DistroKid, and it's been over a week and it hasn't come out yet. And then Kev over in the GBU page uploaded his single yesterday and it's already out. Man, there's some real inconsistency there with DistroKid. Not slagging them or anything, I just find it really interesting that there's that difference. I wonder what causes that kind of thing. So now I'm going to move these kicks across. So you just see I've just dragged kick 1 into place. We're dragging kick 2 into place. We've got my snare next. Going for the hats. Toms. As you can see, it's a really quick process just to get them all in. And I'm sure they're not all lined up. Excuse me. Getting coffee burps. So that was toms. What did I put next? Did I even do my ride? Where's my ride? I can't see it here. Hats, toms, crash. I hope this isn't... Oh, so that's definitely a crash. Cool. So we'll move that down there. Maybe I didn't do the ride. I thought I did. I thought I did save the ride. Unless it's right in front of me. No. Looks like I didn't do it. Just make sure. Yeah, they're definitely toms. All right, so let's go back to GarageBand. Oh, man, it's too early in the morning for me. I was sure I did my ride. Let's have a look. Maybe I didn't save it. I'm going to kick myself when I go, I bet that's what I did. Oh, who knows? So this is my ride here. Good stuff. You got to love live, man. Live's where it all happens. So let's whack this across. Open in. Lucky it doesn't take a long time, hey? And once we got these drums in, I'll do a quick mix to make sure the drums are kind of even in my ears. Then I'll pull out my bass, which is right next to me. We'll lay a bass track, and then we'll lay a couple of guitar tracks. And then tomorrow we'll do the next song. Or might break it up. I'm not sure. I'm definitely trying to get all these songs finished by this weekend, because I'll let you know this as well as I rename this. ME Ride. Okie doke. Just want to shut out GarageBand. Try not to have things running in the background with Auria. And there's my ride. Come on. Come on, get over here. Mortal Kombat fans. Alright. So let's drag all these to the beginning of the project. Make sure they're all in line. And we'll hope... Now you see I haven't changed the BPM yet. So these are all going to be out of time with the click. But we can do that once I've got them all in line. So let's do that now. We want... Is it 84? Done. Okay, looks like we're in time there. Let's have a go to the, make sure all these sound levels are pulled down. There they are, and I'm just going to set up my how I normally have it. So we want a auto return. That's all I really set up there, and let's have a play. Oops, we want to count in. Cool. Ride's a bit loud. Just going to go into my settings here and make sure post fader RMS, all good. Okay, so here's my drums. They're all there. You can give them a little bit of volume now. So what's next? So before I get into this, and this is the main reason why I've brought these drums over here, is that I want to change the sound of the kick and snare, because I can't get the sound that I want using GarageBand. So I want a more, because this is a metal album, I want to get a more clickier kick and a snappier snare, in other words. So what we're going to do is, in this, if you've watched my videos before on Auria Pro, up here you just click on the effects section, and this brings up my palette here for my equalizer, compressor, and to add plugins. And I'm going to add in the Drumagog plugin. And because I changed my kick and my snare to mono, I'm going to choose Drumagog mono. Okay. So this is the first kick. So we're going to choose my, and these are all my imported drum samples that I have, and they're available. I'll add the link to this video. So if you're wanting a collection of about 1 gigabyte of awesome drum samples, or the ones that I have in here, I'll leave a link to that in the description for once this video does go fully live. And we're going to hit, so we're looking for kicks here, and I'm going to go for, let's just hit play. We'll solo this track. I'm actually going to go for, where is it? This one. Just for now. So what I'm going to need to do as well is solo the next track and do the same thing for that. Grab the same. Listen to those double kicks. That is weird. Now the kick's a snare. This is the beautiful thing about Drumagog. You can turn a kick into a snare. That's a bizarre kick. There we go. There's my double kicks for now. And I'll change the tones between the two to give them a variation later on. So now I need to do the snare. Now I'm just going with a basic snare here. Where are we? Snares. I'm going to choose this one called Snare 12. There we go. So this is just for now to know what I'm doing. There's some pretty full-on snares in there, Gary, so I'm pretty sure there is a trash can one. This will do for now, so I'm happy with that for now. So what we're going to do is head to this, where are we? Crash. So we want to name this track Bass. So this will be our track that we're going to work on today. And we want to make, so I'm just hitting the record up here on the bass, and as you can see underneath it changes the input here. It gives you the option to change the input, which I'm going to add to 2 because I have my bass plugged into my Steinberg UR22 in number 2. And where's my bass? Let's grab my bass out and go against everything Davey504 says and grab a pick, because I don't give a fuck. And I think we've got a bass cam here. Do we have bass cam working today? Bass cam! Bass! How low can you go? Yeah. I'm just going to make sure everything's in tune. I've got a little tuner on the end of my... on the end of the neck of my bass here. Yep, that's good. Cool. So let's have a go at this song. See if I can remember how to play it. And you're going to see that it's a very, very basic song. There's not a lot to this song. I'll just make sure. Cool. So let's get going. Let's have a crack at this and see where the levels are at. They look pretty good from here. And we'll switch over to this view. There we go. I'll make sure my metronome is set for accounting. Playback recording. We're all good there. How does this song go? God, I can't remember. Oh yeah. Cool. And let's do a take, and even if I stuff up here, of course, Pete, it's the first thing to do. Man, I love this bass. This is an Australian bass, actually, made by a company called Artist. They make really cool guitars. They're an independent Australian company. Support your own company's goods, is what I say. So let's go. Let's get into this and see if I can pull off this song in one take. I doubt it, but it's worth a go. Cool. Well, I fucked up straight away, but let's try that again. Just going to zoom out a bit so I can see what's happening here. Okay, there we go. Cool. Boom, yeah. Sweet. Let's rock. Okay, wasn't perfect by any stretch, but it's okay. It's okay for a first kind of take, and it does the job. It's a good placeholder for right now. So we can scoot the bass off, and shit, someone's not wearing a bra today. There we go. So we can turn off that track and. Sweet, so let's grab the guitar, and I prepared this one earlier. God, this poor thing is so dirty because I've been sweating all over it the last few days doing this stuff. I'll just put this back for a minute. Oh man, so many things going on. What the hell? Grab my lead and whack the same lead into this guitar. Oh, you bitch. Good shit. So, we've got, just make sure this thing is in tune as well. Bear with me a sec. On hold, just a moment, please. Interesting, fascinating stuff. Lucky it's not an audio podcast. Sweet, we are in tune. Happy days. These guitars, LTDs, hold tune really well. I've got two LTDs, and I love them. I've got a 7-string and a 6-string. So this is, I'm using this track over here for this, and let's jump in and select input 2. So do we have sound? Sweet. So we are going to use, and my cat, he's downstairs. I chained him to the cardboard castle that I made for him. Can you believe it, man? Lockdown is so demented, right? I feel so stupid saying this. Lockdown has been so demented that I was so bored at one stage, I actually took all the cardboard boxes that I had gotten from all the gear I've bought over this year, which is a fucking lot of gear. I have quite a few guitars and drum kits and stuff, and I built a gigantic cat castle out of all the cardboard boxes, and it takes up about a quarter of the lounge room. Oh, the cat loves it, man, but it's such a fucking eyesore. It is ugly as all sin. All right, so we're going to click on the effects here, and I'm going to scroll down, and we're going to find bias effects, because that's what we are going to use today for this. So where are we? Bias effects 2. Let's hope. Wow, it worked first go. Thank you. It's not the man. This thing here that pops up. Fucking Positive Grid. Are you watching this? Every single time I open bias effects, this pops up. I don't need it. I have a fucking full license. Please. Wow. Put something in your app that understands I've already paid $100 for this thing. Shit. I should save. Yes, I should save that because that's what I'm using. So this is the sound I'm using for this to kick off with. I think. I'm going to use 2 different guitars, 3 different guitar tones. Just for now, because we're just getting a rough mix of this down into this program. Now, why have I got that coming through? Ah, that's why. Go back. What are we doing? I want this to come through, or will I have to use... That could be why. Let's do this. I know what I'm doing wrong here. So what we're going to do is get rid of this. And I'm going to create a new track because it looks like... Oh no, it should be fine. Just make sure. The whole guitar's down in D, so it's not just a drop D. I've put the whole guitar down in D. Cool. All right, let's just do a rough take, and I'll turn down my mic so you're not hearing the clicking of my strings. So we'll make sure we're back to the start over here, and I'll just do a quick recording to see what the levels are like. So we are coming through in stereo, and I don't want that, so let's remove that, and that would be why, because the track is in stereo and I don't want that. So let's input 2. Sorry for the fuck around, but we want... There we go. Ba-bum, 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 bum, bum. Sweet, let's hope this records in mono, or I will change things up. Looks like it's in stereo again. Fucking hell. So here's what I'm going to do on the fly, folks. Going to remove that. We are going to do this. This should be fun. I'm going to go over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut out all of this. I'm going to open up Audio Bus. So this is educational for you all, how my logic works. We're going to go input UR22, and we are going to go out to Auria Pro, and we're going to use Bias FX2 as the effect, and it's all running. And hopefully it'll load my project. Maybe one day, maybe not. That doesn't look promising, does it? So let's try this again. Come on, Auria, get your shit together, dude. We want to try again. Cool. And that's fun, isn't it? Where'd all my tracks go? What the fuck? Man, are you fucking kidding me? Man. Wow, that's some really demented shit. I don't even know what to fucking say. Well, divided one track. Wow. Hey, Auria. Wow, you really need to clean your shit up, guys. I can't keep promoting your shit if this is the case. Let's try and load a snapshot. So 8:45. So there is a copy of it here. 24 tracks. Let's try this one. Okay, so we've got it back. There you go. Like that. That is what is called a snapshot that Auria saves, so you can go back and reclaim anything that gets lost, like you just saw there. Snapshots rule. So let's try this again. Now that we have, we are in. Just heading back over here to make sure everything's set up here. We should have a new track back here. Cool, that's all good. And cool, we have a mono track. There we go. I thought we had a mono track, but we've got a stereo track fucking again. Man, I really don't know what the fuck is going on with this shit. So we'll try. I haven't had this problem before. This is really odd. So we're going to go here. And we'll try this new track, input 2, but we want Auria, and we have a mono track. There you go, folks. Live troubleshooting with me, the impatient, swear-a-lot Aussie tranny who finally gets there in the end. So let's now scroll down here. We'll grab this track and we'll bring it up here under the bass so we can see what's going on. Did that work? I have no idea where that went. Did it disappear? That looks like that. Oh no, there it is. There it is. Cool. Wow. All right, yeah. So how you can tell it's in mono. It's really stupid. See these little dots here? See there? That says stereo, and when there isn't one here, that's in mono. And the thing is, what's crazy about Auria, when you add, if you've got a mono track but you add a stereo wave file into the mono track, it'll automatically turn the track to a stereo track. So you have to be careful with that as well. Anyway, let's try and lay a couple of tracks here. Let's see if I can pull off this song. And what are we? So we're, yeah. All right. We'll do 3 tracks and see how we go. Let's give it a whack-a-mole. Okie dokie, that's one. So let's try a different. Let's do this. So, again, fairly average take. It'll do, I guess, if you know what I mean. So that was on, just make sure, that was on guitar 3. So we'll use 11 this time. Choose this one. And we'll flick over to... Oh, man, there's that ad again. What the fuck? Dudes, I pay for this shit. We're going to choose this sound here. Sweet. So we'll flick back over to Auria. We'll do another track here. And for this one, I'm going to... in fact, what I might do first, let's do this actually, just so I've got a bit of context going on. I'm actually going to choose this one, and we're going to go with this one and throw on a bit of, where are we? I'm going to throw in some effects on here. We're just going to throw on just a classic reverb. Not that much. And we'll throw on a convolution reverb. Right, so let's lay this and stop fucking around, because that's what I'm doing. That can happen very easily with me. I get sidetracked. And let's try laying these riffs here. Oops. Just so you can see what's happening, I forgot to put my cam on. There we go. So as you can tell there, I fucked up the end. So I'm just going to redo that and just drop in. So we'll start it about there. Just going to take this file and scroll it back. We'll just do a drop in. That wasn't perfect, but let's try that again. And that'll do for now. I think I'm going to leave it there because we're on the hour. Or maybe I'll just grab that other guitar sound I was going to do and do one quick one because we'll do the other track. Let's just wrap it up with another track. I saw a question there. Do you not also record the clean guitar to another track at the same time so you can reamp it? Normally I would, but we don't have... I don't want to really do a really long thing. So I'm just like today just showing you... basically into transferring everything across into here and just dumping some tracks. So this is still a demo. Like later today I will do all the serious guitar parts for this. It's a bit hard to do it in front of a camera. So yeah, this is just to get everything in order, but I would normally do that. Excuse me. So we'll just do one more try of it, and I'm going to flick over to, where are we? I'm going to use this sound. And back over to here, we'll grab another track. Which one are we going to use? We are going to use guitar 3, which is that one. And we're going to vary the guitar pattern in this one. I will let you know also, before we wrap up this track, I was doing 4 songs for Songtember on my EP, but actually last night ditched one of the songs, so we're only doing 3 songs now, because one of them just wasn't cutting the mustard in my opinion. It didn't match the rest of the album, it was weird timing, and it just didn't match, and it felt out of place, so I scrapped it last night, and I'm going to use it for something else. So let's just get this done, and then I can let you folks go on with your day. I just want to make sure, where are we? Cool. And let's go. Sweet. So what we shall do now is just do a quick mix and we'll wrap it up. So let's jump over here, get rid of my camera, volume down on my guitar. All right, let's have a look at this stuff. So we've got 3 guitar tracks here. We will pan a couple of them. Okay, so we'll turn that off. What I'm going to do here is just go and add my usual presets here. Add these presets to these 3 tracks. Guitar 3. We'll bring all these guitars down. And let's see if we can get a basic kind of mix going on. Cool, far from perfect, but we have these tracks in here ready to go, so I can later today finalize all this stuff ready for vocals on the weekend. That is when I'm tracking vocals. Yay! So that is that for today. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for sitting through me through the trials and tribulations, but as I always say, mistakes make you better. And it's good to deal with them. So that is the way it goes. I hope you'll have a really cool day. Remember, I am going to be live streaming the Apple keynote if all goes to plan, which is 3 a.m. my time. So it's going to be exciting. We're going to see if I don't get my video removed for live streaming it. I have a few things in place to hopefully ensure that I won't get knocked offline for doing it. But you never know. I've never done it before, so we'll see what happens. But that is at 3 a.m. my time. There will be notifications that'll go up as usual. And then after that, a few hours after that, I guess. So what's that? 5, 6, 7, 8. So a couple of hours after that, I'll be doing my usual show. So it's a big day tomorrow for me. And then I'll be doing GBU Live later on GarageBand Users Group. So until then, everybody, like, share, subscribe, all that usual stuff. If you're on the replay, there should be some things popping up on the screen right now so you can subscribe or watch a playlist of other videos. Thanks you guys in the live chat for hanging out and being patient with me today. Good luck with all of your Songtember songs that you are doing, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one, and adios.